Andrew's fact-checking right now with the marquee.
Hello, Andrew here at the beginning of the 2014 Broadway season, about to see Beautiful, the story of Carole King.
With all the music that Carole King wrote for other people who are not Carole King.
I'm really excited to see Jessie Mueller on stage because we've seen her in the past in supporting roles, and finally this time she's in a lead starring role.
And she's just been put in stuff that's always been kind of not quite right.
Yeah.
She's sort of been three bears, if you will. A little too hot, a little too cold. Is Carole King the right temperature porridge? This metaphor is weird, and I'm not sure where I'm going with it, but let's hope that the porridge of Carole King's music is the right temperature for Jessie Mueller's throat.
We'll see you at intermission of Beautiful, the Carole King story.
Okay, it's intermission.
So many notes.
So many notes. My prediction is that our review will have the same problem this show has.
Which is?
The show is too good. I mean, I'm already ready to say this is a bona fide hit. So, like, what's the point of watching the rest of the review?
However, the problem is there's no conflict until the last 5 minutes of the first act. And then there's a lot of conflict.
The show starts with a really bad Muzaki overture and then kicks into full-on A Night with Janis Joplin, and she's like, I'm Carole King, and I suppose you're wondering about my life story. And you're like, ugh. And then goes right into full-on Motown and then immediately surpasses it and becomes so good.
This is the perfect storm of a jukebox musical because these people wrote the songs and they're singing the songs and you see the creative process.
Exactly. That's
which I find so fascinating. You see the fact that all these songs were written by white Caucasian people and they're performed by African American people.
The race politics cannot be ignored and they're very interesting.
Yes, yes. Also, where else are you going to see the song on Broadway performed
on Broadway.
The
The plot is pretty straightforward. It is a biopic of Carole King.
Jessie Mueller is a delight to watch. She certainly is the star of the show. But I do, when Anika...
Oh, Anika Larsen.
Once she walks on
Cynthia Weil or Weil? I don't know. She's pretty killer.
Yeah. This show is a funny show. It's well written. Douglas McGrath has done a great job writing the book.
This song will never work. Nobody wants to hear a song about a method of movement. Oh, what the locomotion!
And we'll see you after the second act.
Oh boy.
Okay.
This is gonna be
a big
fat
smash. Any conflict that they lacked in the first act, they made up for it in the second act.
You know what? It gets dark, but it doesn't get deep. They go some weird places, but they don't dwell on them.
It also shows the growth of rock and roll, at the same time showing the growth of their relationship.
The whiteification of rock and roll. Was she actually playing the piano?
I don't know, I wrote that down.
In that final number, she was really giving me piano playing. She was, says some queen.
Yes.
Thank you.
So yes, I'm feeling the earth move at the Sondheim Theater in Times Square.
You feel the sky tumbling down?
Yes.
It's not a crossover hit. This is a tried and true
top 40 smash.
Exactly. Yeah. Green light here.
Green light here. Beautiful. The Carole King Musical now playing at the Sondheim Theater.